Hello and welcome to Niger Infusions. Today I'll show you how I prepare this Ofada Jollof Rice. To get started, you want to pick your rice. I use roughly 1 kilo of rice for this recipe, so please watch closely. It is very important. So I started by picking the rice. I don't know that you know what, you buy Ofada rice and they tell you, oh, it's picked already, it's clean, it's blah blah blah. I would recommend that you pick it again. Please pick it again, because the stones in the rice are very deceptive. They look like the rice, so you would not know you're eating stones until it goes in your mouth. So once I finished picking, I poured it back into the bowl. The picking took me ages. When I say ages. And then I rinse under warm water. Always rinse your rice under warm water. It is very important. This rice was very dirty. As you can see, I had to give it several rinses as well, just to get rid of all the dirt. It took forever, but you know what, I just kept going and going. And because I was going to parboil it was very important that I did it. The reason I parboiled it was to get rid of some of that smell. You know, that strong Ofada smell. I had to get rid of some of the smell. My daughter was like, what's that smell? Anyway, I parboiled it and I moved on to blend the peppers. I used a can of plum tomatoes. Everything went into the mixer, as well as the puree. Sometimes I don't add the puree at this stage, I add it later, but this time around I said, you know what, I'm just gonna blend everything together. Once I finished blending, I returned it into a pan and let it simmer. Then I went back to the rice. I poured the rice into a sieve and then ran it under cold water, or run it under cold water. The reason I'm doing this, running under cold water and giving it a rinse again, is just to get rid of some of the smell, as well as to stop the cooking process, because you don't want to rinse it in hot water. That means it's still cooking. So it's important that you rinse it under cold water to stop the cooking process. Very important. And I will recommend that you watch the whole video so that you understand what I'm saying and you get a good feeling of everything. So once I finished rinsing, I just turned off the tap and left the rice there to drain out all excess water. Then I moved on back to the sauce. So for the sauce, I added the oil. Then I added Niger Infusion Jollof seasoning, which every home should have. Very important. Get your Niger Infusion Jollof seasoning. Then I added some extra thyme, and then I added bay leaf. Whenever you're using bay leaf, be careful. Bay leaves are very strong, so you want to use them sensibly. And I added some curry powder. And then I gave everything a good mix, and let it simmer. I don't know if you saw my video of lamb stock. Then I used the lamb stock I made some days earlier. Very important. This was a very organic kind of cooking, so I had to follow this protocol. And then I used some organic chicken stock. What I did was melt the stock in warm water with a little bit of sea salt, you know, just to give the stock water that I use a bit more flavor. Then I added into the mixture to make everything come together nicely. Then next, what I did was add in the Ofada rice. This rice is very deceptive. You need to be very careful. Add water according to your own specification. So I added that jug of water with the sauce that was there already. The rice will be looking as if it's not cooked, or it's too watery, or the water is not dry enough. But you need to watch to the end to see what I'm telling you. Look at it. It kept looking as if, oh my God, the water will never dry. What happens with Ofada rice is that as it goes along, once you feel it is soft enough, don't let it be too cooked. Just give it time. Once you see that it's about to get really soft, just turn off the cooker and leave it. The longer you then leave it, the rice start absorbing the water, and it gets really soft as it gets along. So this was wet. I think this was about 10 minutes later. The rice has already absorbed the water. I turned off the cooker. Thank you so much for watching, and please ask questions.